So here I am, finally back in action with the third part, the official third part of the still called Countdown to the Nightmare because I can't think of anything better to call it, even though it isn't really a countdown anymore, series. It's a little dark in here. My lighting, not so good, but it'll work. I've decided to try turning the desk the other way. You guys have to let me know what you think, because for the last blooper video, I had the desk turned the other way. There's just a white wall behind me. It's kind of boring. So I didn't know if it would be more interesting to look at my kitchen. So I need opinions. Tell me if you'd rather look at my kitchen or the wall. So without further ado, I'm going to skip doing the intro anymore since it isn't a countdown anymore, but I'm still calling it a countdown, but yeah. Found myself a notebook and a pen, and I got my albums together, and I took some notes about what I was going to say about stuff, and I am here to make you guys a new video. It's very exciting, isn't it? But before we get into new territory, I'm going to step back to a couple of albums that I've already covered, just because I've gotten some new things since we last spoke. First of all, something that I picked up while I was in New York City in September. I had been in New York City for less than 4 hours when I went to a record store and I found this, and I nearly peed my pants. I was so excited about it. It is Love It to Death with the thumb cover, and yeah, I was so excited. I saw just a little bit of the top peeking out, and I was like, I wonder if that's the thumb cover. That would be too awesome if it was the thumb cover. Probably is not the thumb cover. And I slid up and I was like, oh, it is. I have to buy this. So I got this. So, yes. There it is. It's got the thumb, and it does not have the little things saying featuring their hit, I'm 18, whatever. Inside, like so. Back cover. Looks like that. Jeff Suskin, if you're out there, I have your album. Record sleeve looks like this, same on both sides. Here's the album itself with the Straight Records label, which is quite lovely. I like that label. And Jeff decided to write his name on this too. So thank you, Jeff, for writing all over my purchase. I actually broke my own self-inflicted rule of never ordering an album off of the internet and just trying to find things on my own, just because I was sick and I was bored, I was looking online, it was a really good price. I was like, when am I actually seriously ever going to find this in a store at this price? So I bought it. So obviously you have already seen the School's Out desk. Front, back. What could that be? It is a pair of pink paper underwear. Yes, it's obviously not in the best shape, but you can't expect 40-year-old paper underwear to be in great shape. But there it is. So I'm like 1/6 of the way down, because me being as OCD as I am, I've decided I have to get all 3 colors of the underwear, which was pink, white, and blue, and in both the version with the track listing on the back and without the track listing on the back. So that's probably never going to happen, but it's a dream that I have. I don't like messing with this too much because I don't want to mess the underwear up even more than it already is. But you can see the, oh, that wasn't good, the green Warner Brothers label inside. Yeah, this, I don't really know what to do with this. It's falling apart. I'm just not going to mess with it anymore. But anyways, then the inside. Yeah, you've seen that. I showed that to you before. It's all the same. I wonder if anyone's ever worn this underwear. That would be disgusting. Okay, now on to the next album in the series that I have not yet discussed. So we have Billion Dollar Babies. So this was recorded between August 1972 and January 1973 at the Glacie Estate, if that's how you pronounce it. I'm not quite sure. In Greenwich, Connecticut, the record plant in New York City, and Morgan Studios in London. It was released on February 25th, 1973, which happens to be my mom's 14th birthday, so happy birthday, Mom. Lead guitarist Glenn Buxton was suffering from substance abuse at the time, so they brought in guitarists Dick Wagner and Steve Hunter to help cover for him. The album went #1 in both the US and the UK, and it was certified gold in March of 1973. And it went platinum in 1986. The supporting tour broke box office records in the US previously held by the Rolling Stones. That voice that you hear during the chorus of the song $1 Billion Babies that is either singing or speaking the same lyrics as Alice Cooper, but in a much more British way, is Donovan Leitch. As for singles, Elected reached #26, Hello Hooray reached #35, No More Mr. Nice Guy reached #25, and $1 Billion Babies reached #57. The Elected single was actually released in 1972 with Looney Tune off of School's Out as B-side. It was a rewrite of the song Reflected off of their first album, Praise for You. It also inspired one of the first ever MTV-style music videos, which happens to be one of my favorite music videos. And no, Alice did not run for president against Richard Nixon, as some people like to think. It would have been cool though, but it didn't happen. This is the vinyl version. This was purchased by my father in the 70s, and I repossessed it from him by force. So obviously it looks like a giant wallet, and it has the $1 Billion Babies logo on the front. And then on the back, it's not a full track listing, it just lists some of the songs that it includes. Then you open it up like this. And in here, we have the wallet photos, which were originally here, but my dad, I guess, took them out. So we have pictures of each of the band members on their own, and then some live shots from the concert, and the logo, and a shot from a photo shoot. We also have here, in the little money clip thingy, a $1 million bill with a picture of the band on it. And then on the back of the bill, then I just took the album out. So behind where the album itself was sitting is track listing, credits, all that good stuff. So here we have the all the lyrics, and then on the other side, picture of the band with some money and some bunnies and a baby. Then the vinyl itself has the green, hey look, you can see my reflection in there. It has the green Warner Brothers label. So as far as the CD version of $1 Billion Babies, I do not have the actual CD box right now. But so I have the booklet here. This is for the Deluxe edition. So the booklet front cover has the picture of the band with the bunnies and the baby. When you open it up, it's got a picture of the band in front of the plane that they used on the tour that has Alice Cooper paint on the side of it. And then picture of Alice on stage, lots of writing, more pictures of Alice, more writing. There is a picture of Alice and Donovan recording. More pictures from on stage. Here's a picture with David Bailey during the photo shoot. David Bailey was the photographer. And then we get into all the lyrics for the songs, all in here. And then they've got the track listing with a picture of both sides of the $1 Billion bill. And then credits and another picture of Alice. And on the back side is the same lyrics sheet that is in the vinyl version. So this was a 2-disc set. This is what the first disc looks like. So the first disc is just the standard album. I do like how they did it to look like the label off of the record. I think that's kind of neat. The second disc has live tracks from the tour and a couple of unreleased demos or outtakes. So my favorite song off of this album is Raped and Freezin'. I almost went with Marianne, but it's such a short song that it just seemed kind of silly to pick that as my favorite, which I guess it's not silly because a favorite's a favorite, but I don't know. I just went with Raped and Freezin' for this. Okay, next up we have Muscle of Love. Muscle of Love was recorded in 1973 at Sunset Sound in Hollywood, the record plant in New York City, and the Cooper Estate in Greenwich, Connecticut. It was released on November 20th, 1973, so the same year as Billion Dollar Babies. 9 months after Billion Dollar Babies, they released a whole new album. So that's pretty impressive. This was to be the final album released by the Alice Cooper group, which wasn't known at the time. It was also the first album since Love It to Death not to be produced by Bob Ezrin. It was instead produced by Jack Richardson and Jack Douglas. It reached number 10 on the Billboard Pop Albums chart, and its single Teenage Lament 74 reached number 48 on the Pop Singles chart. It featured Liza Minnelli on backup vocals. The song Man with the Golden Gun was recorded with the intent of it being used as the theme for the James Bond movie, but ultimately it was not chosen. This is what the album looks like. It came in a cardboard box. Has a little stain along the bottom. The back side has track listing. So then you just flip it open like that and like that. And then the record falls out the bottom because the sleeve is in horrendous condition. So the record sleeve is pretty awesome. On this side we have a picture of the band dressed as sailors on leave outside of the Institute of Nude Wrestling. So we have Alice and Glenn, and Dennis is over there talking to a midget, and then Mike and Neil. And then we turn it over and we see the aftermath. People are laying around in their underwear, torn shirts, and bloody. There is a gorilla wearing a wig and lipstick. Yeah, it's just madness. It's madness. It's madness. So, yeah, pretty cool. Album has Warner Brothers palm tree logo that I love so much. I actually do not have this on CD to compare the packaging for you. My apologies. I don't know what, I don't have it yet. So my favorite song off of Muscle of Love is Working Up a Sweat because it's just funny and catchy and I like it. Which is important for a favorite song, you have to like it for it to be your favorite song, really. So there's my kind of slightly scatterbrained, a little bit absent-minded, rambly, probably not as good as the first two edition of this series. So I hope that you enjoyed it. And yeah, hopefully now I can kind of get back into the swing of things, finish this series up. Yeah, thanks for watching, and I will talk to you guys soon. Do you like my messy kitchen? Yeah, it's pretty cool. There's some like flour and cocoa powder on the floor from when I was baking cookies that I need to clean up. So let's take a look at the album, shall we? Yeah, it helps if I held it right side up facing forward. Let's just cover up a little bit there. I got an email from Victoria's Secret. That was cool. I got another email. People following me on Tumblr. You can follow me on Tumblr too if you know how to find me. It's not that hard. It's also not that interesting. In the next video, there might be an update about Muscle of Love because I might have ordered something online while I was getting my notes together for this video. This notebook is ancient. I don't know. I must have had it since I was at least like 5, because there's this lovely drawing on the first page, which is basically, it looks like just a scribble that kind of turned into an arrow, I don't know, and then a drawing that says Princess Amy. Yeah, no explanation for this. I don't even know why I'm showing you this. I just am. And then this says, no clues. And this says Millie, Dorothy, Sterling, and Frankie. I have no idea what that's about. I spelled Sterling wrong. I know that I had a rabbit named Sterling once, but I don't think I had him when I was this young. And I never had rabbits with any of those other names, so I honestly have no idea what is going on there. And then this looks like something I drew when I was not quite as young, but still fairly young. This notebook is just full rant, and then all my extensive notes that I took for you guys about what I was going to say in this video. I'm dedicated to this. See, I haven't made a video because I just couldn't make it the way that it needed to be made, but now I can. I don't know.